Yo guys, what's going on? Rob with 421 Media House coming at you. I've got kind of a unique end of year tribute video. I'm just going to run through 5 decks that I think were my favorite decks in 2018. So in no particular order, off the top here, Cherry Casinos. These have come out in a couple different colors this year, including the Reno Reds and the, I think it was Tahoe Blues. I'm personally a big fan of the blacks. These are the V3s. We seem to see a release of these every couple of months from Murphy's Magic. In general, one of my favorite decks of cards. I think that Cherry Casinos belong in absolutely every collection out there. So as I said, no particular order. I would say Cherry Casinos on my list of top 5 decks of 2018. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise here. I raved about this deck when it came out. I talked to Murphy's Magic about this deck. I heard kind of both sides of the story. Chris Ramsey didn't say much about it. I think this was really an attempt from Murphy's Magic to separate themselves from Chris Ramsey. I do know from what I've talked to from Murphy's Magic that he was invited to participate in this deck, but the Memento Mori NXS deck, I was a big fan of the original Memento Mori deck. I thought they kind of dropped the ball a little bit with the blue deck. This is a deck that really showcases itself being multiple colors and having that color skew across the deck. I think that, like I said, they showed a lot of maturity from Murphy's Magic. I think this really separated themselves from Chris Ramsey. I think it showed Murphy's Magic has a place to continue to still release this deck of cards, or a Memento Mori deck of cards, and I think that this proves that they're able to do that and continue to be creative and continue to push the boundaries, as well as sell a product that people are interested in. This one is a deck that holds a special place in my heart, the Bicycle Blackbeard. This was done by the Bopoko Playing Card Company. This is probably one of my favorite decks. I think they just did a spectacular job with this. The entire deck is pirate themed, and so all of the royalty cards in this deck are themed after famous pirates. The card stock actually is kind of a tan color, but it doesn't feel weird at all. It's just USPCC premium card stock. They fan nice, they handle well, they look really good. This is a deck that I think is fairly accessible to anybody, actually, that even if you're just going to sit down and have a poker night, it's accessible to you and people will pull it out and play with it. So this is one of my personal favorite decks that I own. It was from a Kickstarter campaign. I believe they're no longer available. I have a couple of decks that I've been slowly selling off. If you're interested in getting one available through my online store, I'll leave a link below, and we can hook you up with one of those. Another pirate-themed deck that I thought was really creative, really enjoyed, the only Illusionist deck on this list, actually, is the Rum Rebellion Salt and Bone playing cards. Illusionist has made a transition to Cardgame cardstock, which is not my personal favorite cardstock, but I really dig this deck of cards. Again, I'm a big fan of pirates and that kind of thing. So again, unique back design. It's something that is accessible to both magicians and cardists. It looks really good. Unique faces, and then I mentioned this in the video. I don't think that I actually have a review for this deck out yet. Anyway, this deck, spoiler alert, there's a map here. There's no jokers with this deck, but there's in the ad cards. So the jokers and ad cards combined, kind of like the Verts deck, go together to make a map. The map has a puzzle associated with it. You solve the puzzle, and then Illusionist sends you an E-deck. I really dig puzzle decks. I really dig pirates. It shouldn't be too much of a surprise that this deck makes it onto my list of top 5 personal favorite decks of 2018. I would say that this is actually, hopefully, something that we're going to start to see more of from Illusionist in the future. I don't know for sure. I would be super stoked if we did. So the Salt and Bone playing cards by Illusionist makes my list of top 5 decks of 2018. And then the last one, this is a deck that kind of caught me off guard. When I first saw it, I dug the back design of it, and I wasn't 100% sure what to think of it. And then I got it, and the week that I was handling this deck a lot, and I was doing the review and getting ready to do that and shooting the feature and stuff with it, I had a lot of people on the street coming up to me asking me about this deck, and it kind of caught me off guard. This is the Orbit 6th edition. The video did extremely well on my YouTube channel. You know, it's alien themed. It's accessible. Something that you could use for a poker night. It's not anything out of the ordinary. Definitely, it's something that is a unique deck. They printed these in enough quantity that I think that they're relatively easy to get, but they're not going to be available on the shelf forever. But definitely, you know, a nice, unique deck of playing cards. Again, really, really dig the Orbit V6s. So those are going to be my top 5 decks of 2018. Maybe comment below. Let me know, what are your top 5 picks for 2018? These are decks that I personally own. I'm thinking about getting a deck of First Playing cards. I missed the original release. I'm definitely going to be getting in on the V2s. I unfortunately, just because I don't have it, I haven't handled it. I haven't been able to say whether or not I would put it in my top 5 decks of 2018. I will be putting out another video to go alongside this one in the next couple days here. That is going to be the top 5 most influential decks, and a bit of a spoiler alert, that I believe is definitely a deck that makes the cut for the top 5 most influential decks of 2018. Anyway, like I said, comment below, let me know what your top 5 picks for 2018 are. Smash that subscribe button and hit it like, and we'll see you guys next week for more decks.